All right, so we traveled down 6 hours from home to be in the flesh here with Gene. I want to get a in-person update. Sun and Fun is only weeks away. In fact, we're certain days away. How many days away are we?
I think right now we're about 24 days out. So, but who's counting, right?
We're all counting, Gene.
We are. Yes, we are.
All right, so we're standing here in kind of ground zero where everything happens here. We got the awesome poster that created. I figured we'd get that as a good backdrop today. But we talked a few weeks ago. Some things have changed in the calendar. There's some shows, or not shows, but performers that have added to the list and so forth. So where are we at today, being that we're only a few weeks out on the schedule?
Yeah, so right now, a couple of weeks ago we updated the Airshow schedule, so we've made some additional adds as far as Airshow performers. So this morning we had our volunteer meeting, so we had about 200 people in there, to brief them up on everything that's going on. But new performers this year, so last year we had Jack Aces, so it's 2-ship P-51. This year it's actually a 3-ship P-51. Eric Edrin is coming with his Tailorcraft, his clip wing, so he's going to be flying. Bob Carlton in his Foxtrot, his jet Sonics is going to be flying, and he's got a bunch of pyro on that aircraft, and it's going to be a great show for us. And we got a lot of static coming as well, not only military, but we have some cool static aircraft, Warbirds, the A-26. The Millionairis is going to be here with us. It's going to arrive on Tuesday, April 1st. And then Samaritan's Purse, the only flying registered DC-8 in the United States, will be here with us as well. Will actually arrive on Sunday before the event starts on Tuesday and be with us throughout the week. So it's shaping up to be a great week for us. Awesome.
Well, I sat in on the volunteer meeting, and I was shocked to see how many people are there. I'm sure there's others outside of that room even that are helping out with this. It's a big to-do, and it really gives you some appreciation of what it takes, not only from the management side, but like boots on the ground. We're going to do a tour through kind of like the hangars, give you guys an operational perspective before and after, because what it's hard to grasp is like empty hangars and grass fields turn into a show, right? And like when will you actually start putting things out? Tuesday's opening day, but when you start putting things out?
Well, things are going out right now as we speak, so you'll probably get some good shots of that today. So our tent company showed up actually on March 3rd, which was Monday. So they started erecting tents, so you'll be able to see some tents already going up. But we're really fortunate because I only have a team of 40 people. Right, so I have people that are focused on Sun and Fun year-round, but also our educational programming throughout the year. But for the event, we have over 3,000 volunteers that converge on Lakeland and the Sun and Fun Expo campus. And year-round, we sit on 177 acres, but when we get to the event, we spread out to about 800 acres to accommodate everything that we have going on here. And, when you think about our event, not unlike AirVenture, it's a logistical ballet. Right, because we have cars, we got to park cars, RVs and tent camping, and airplanes obviously coming and going, and then tram systems inside the event, volunteers moving around, exhibitors trying to get to their exhibit buildings. We have over 7,000 people that come with all of our exhibitors, and this year is going to be another record year for us. We're completely full, as far as all of our exhibit space, so we're excited about that, and it's going to be a great year for us. So, if you haven't already made your plans, I'd start making it now and then come join us, because it's going to be a great week.
So we talked before. What last year you had about how many are you expecting this year?
As far as exhibitors?
So exhibitors and spectators.
Yeah, so exhibitors, we're going to have well over 550 exhibitors, which is again a record number for us. But then during our 6 days, we'll have pretty close to 200,000 people here that are going to be joining us during those 6 days. So it's, again, a logistical ballet, moving people around and just making sure we're taking care of our guests, our visitors, and our flying crowd as well. So it's going to be, again, a great show for us.
So this, if you're flying into this, is kind of a unique situation as well. I mean, obviously bigger airports have traffic, but we have the congestion of also Amazon is based here, right? So what does that look like for pilots flying in? Do you have a designated runway or a taxiway that's been converted, or how does that work?
Yeah, so with Amazon specifically, there's always worry about their operation and all that. And I will tell you, this year they have 6 arrivals and 6 departures each day during the event. But the majority of those are outside of our hours of operation. So the NOTAM goes into effect at 7 a.m. And then, we shut down for the daily air show from 1 to 5, and then we open up again, for arrivals and departures, and then the airport closes at 7. A lot of their operations are occurring outside of even our NOTAM hours, so it really doesn't affect the event. And even on Thursday, there's no flying during the daytime at all. They're actually actually shutting down their facility to do maintenance on their conveyors and all the systems inside their building, which is obviously helps our event. But they're also great partners. For example, on Wednesday, and Saturday night of the show, because we have our night shows on Wednesday and Saturday, and then the big fireworks displays. If you haven't seen those, they're world class. You got to be here to see it. But they help and accommodate us as well and push flights out and move things out so we can put on these awesome shows.
So is that by design? Amazon is actually flexing a little bit with their schedule to allow for the show for that week and is switching more to like a nighttime flight?
Well, actually, that's what they run now. That just happens to be their schedule. But they do. So when I was the airport director, so prior to coming over here to Sunfun, I was the airport director here at Lakeland for 12 years. And so when we did the lease and the agreement with Amazon, for example, their building sits in the jet team's demonstration box. So like when the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels are here, they have to evacuate their building for up to 3 hours per day on the days that the jet teams are flying. So that limits their schedule just by the nature of they can't be in the building and all of that. So, I will tell you, when we were putting the agreement together and we told them the first day they walked in, I said, Sun and Fun is very important to us and what we do here. And I thought we'd lose them on that day, but they've been great partners, and obviously we accommodate a lot of the schedule jockeying inside their lease.
That's awesome. Now, that's for people that are flying in. As far as the ground, we sat on the volunteer meeting. There's some changes happening. Is that now or in the future as far as arrivals and like campers coming down? Was it Medulla? Is that changed, or is that still the same for this year?
Dynon Avionics at Dynon.com, offering everything from state-of-the-art glass cockpit options to advanced control modules that power and control your entire aircraft. Gratia Aero Group at GratiaAero.com. Proudly representing these best-in-class brands for experimental general aviation. Sherwings, BD Aviation, and MW Fly. KFA, Kitplanes for Africa, engineered for adventure and built for the bush is their motto, offering several STOL-kit aircraft options like the Expedition, Safari, Bush Baby, and Explorer. Find them online at kitplanesforafrica.co.za. Visit us online at experimentalaircraftchannel.com for all things DIY aviation. And consider supporting us on our Patreon page to help us bring you more original aviation content.
Yeah, so the campers, for example, it's the same as last year. If you're an RV, you're going to bring in your RV, you come down Drainfield, turn on south on Hamilton, and then you head to camper registration, same access point as last year as well. But what we talked about this morning is really our 20-year plan, because there is a new runway, a new parallel runway. So we have 10-2-8. In the future, we'll have 10 left, 10 right, and 2-8 left and 2-8 right.
Are we allowed to show that? Can you share that with the public yet, or is that kind of?
We're not going to share that as of yet. It will during the fly-in. I may be doing presentations specifically on Tuesday, April 1st at 10 a.m. at the hangar, a venue that we have. I'll be presenting that fly-through that you saw this morning. It's about 6 minutes. It shows everybody what our venue is going to look like, in 20 years from now. So it's going to be a lot of work, but we're going to prepare ourselves, and we have an opportunity, to really reimagine our site. We're going to have new exhibit buildings, for example. Right now we have 4 20,000 square foot exhibit buildings. We'll have 2 40,000 square feet, and then obviously all the outdoor exhibit space will be there, all the various parking areas for whether it's home built, it's vintage, general aviation camping, Warbirds, Paradise City for our light sport and our ultralights, Warbirds, seaplanes, all of that's going to be accommodated on the new site layout. So we're excited, but it's going to take us some time. So when you come here for 2025 for our 51st, where we're going to turn up the fun at 51, when you come back in 2026 as well, it's going to look exactly the same, but in 8 to 10 years from now, it's going to look completely different. This site will, and with hopefully a new runway, which will obviously benefit our event, because we'll have a dedicated runway for all of our arriving and departing traffic.
Yeah, I got to sit in on that and got to see the 20-year plan. Obviously going to roll out certain things in stages and phases, but wow, that really, really is making the footprint of this huge, and it's going to be kind of like the Disney World for aviation in Florida.
Yes, if you think about it too, we have an opportunity. Our exhibit buildings are open air right now, but when we have these new buildings, there'll be air-conditioned buildings. Right, so people will be able to come and go, get out of the sun, enjoy seeing our exhibitors in these cool air-conditioned.
Are you taking the sun out of the fun?
Well, we all love the sun, but sometimes we need a little break. So we all love sunscreen down here in Florida, but it'll be an opportunity just for us to upgrade the experience here for our exhibitors and our guests as well, and really put this event on the map. We celebrated our 50th flying last year, and we're going to set it up for the next 50 years. But it's a lot of hard work, but we have great partners too, and there's obviously cost to this as well. People will say, well, how are you going to build these new exhibit buildings? Well, we have great partners with Visit Central Florida, and there are our tourism district, our taxing district here. So when you come here and you stay here for Sun and Fun and you stay in a hotel, there's a bed tax, and those taxes go to the county, and they do marketing with that and build facilities all over the county, and they're going to help us build these new exhibit buildings, because outside of Sun and Fun, we're going to be able to host large events here in these buildings and with the outdoor display areas that we'll have, and it's a great place here in Central Florida to be able to do that outside of Sun and Fun.
Sure. So April 1st through the 6th, it's Tuesday through Sunday, and there's stuff happening in the air all day long. And then at nighttime, there's actually kind of like a long social hour that you're building on. Want to talk to that just for a minute?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is, so you're going to come here and you're going to buy a ticket, and you show up here at 9 a.m., we expect you to be here till about 9:30, 10 o'clock every single night. So there is programming throughout the day. Obviously, we have our educational forums in our high school building, the CFAA, that's right over here over your left shoulder. We have our workshops, obviously, but then we have various other venues. One's called the Hangar, which is just south of the exhibit buildings, and we have programming all day at the Hangar. So you'll see a stage with a big LED screen there. We're going to be putting out all the information on what's going to be happening at the Hangar over our 6 days. We have Victory Arsenals Theater, which is on the Warbird ramp, so we highlight our warbirds that are here, the special aircraft that are here, and have people out there to talk about those aircraft. And then also we have programming at the island. So if you're flying in, you're a general aviation camper, vintage camper, and if you've been here over the last several years, it's the third year for our island, so you have all your amenities there. But in the evenings, we have movies there, we'll have bands there, and entertainment. And then also at Paradise City on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings, right? So Wednesday and Saturday are night air shows, but on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings, we have Sunset Aerial Circus at Paradise City, and we have flying that starts at 7 and goes to about 8:30. And we're going to have drones every single night here, so in the night shows on Wednesday and Saturday, but also down at Paradise City. So lots of cool stuff. And also I encourage folks at Future and Flight Plaza. It was a new area for us last year, so when you come in our main gate, we have a just record-breaking number of exhibitors in that area this year. We have our innovation showcase with various companies that kind of the gee-whiz bang new stuff in aviation and in technology. Pivotal with their eVTOL, their electric vertical and takeoff aircraft, they're going to be here this year. Lots of flight schools, universities, our family oasis. So if you're a young family, we have a respite area, air-conditioned tent that's free during the day. That families can get out of the sun a little bit, and the youngins can take a break and maybe take a nap or whatnot, or an international tent. But just there's something here for everyone, and if you want to be here 12 hours a day, you can make it happen, and there's going to be plenty of entertainment for you all throughout the day.
Well, we definitely plan on being here the 12 hours per day. I'm bringing my family. I'm bringing my family for the first time. We won't have any trouble putting them to bed at night each night, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Yeah, they will be tuckered out. Also here, so right now we are in our Florida Air Museum and our Skylab Innovation Center, and just on the other side of this building, we actually have an aviation-themed playground as well that we built after the show last year. So the youngins, they need to go get out some energy and run around a little bit and get out there on the playground and do that as well. I have a 5-year-old, and he loves it, and he just had his birthday party over there a couple weekends ago, so it's a great place as well.
Okay, so last question is, how do you guys, this is for the evening social hours, right? Again and again, able to land these big country and rocks, like the music thing. How are you guys able to get them here?
Well, we actually have a promoter that helps us do that, and so we engage. Actually, the Strawberry Fest is happening right now here in Central Florida in Plant City, just down the road on I-4, and so they bring in a bunch of country music acts, I think throughout 10 days, I believe it is, but their promoter, Variety Attractions, that brings in those country music acts to them. We hired them last year to bring in Sarah Evans and Dylan Scott, and so this year we have Uncle Cracker opening for Tyler Hubbard, and then we have some special acts as well, Tom Mack and Angie Kay out at the island as well. Some new up-and-comers in country music, but some of them have some pretty big social media following. So if you're a younger person out there and pay attention to that kind of stuff, you're going to know who these people are. But a lot of cool stuff. And again, you're going to be here with us for a week. We need to, promote and entertain you all as well. We want to make sure you're having a good time and get all that aviation, get it all ingested for for the rest of the year, but then have a good time at night as well.
Well, aviation is very much not only about the airplanes, but very much the social and the community, right? And you're bringing all that together here.
It's all about the camaraderie. We want families to come here. Obviously what you're doing this year, bring your kids, have a good time, camp with us, flying and camp with us, and just have a good time and make memories. And that's what it's all about. I was born in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and my dad ran the airport there as a kid. So I grew up around EA and Paul Poberezny and Steve Whitman and Audrey and Tom Poberezny. And, Paul always said, the airplanes bring us together, but it's the people that keep us coming back. And that's what it's all about in this event as well.
I agree 100%. All right. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day. You got all kinds of things lined up for you to do. Talking to people, getting this like it is on time for you now, right? So we'll see you. We'll be arriving probably this Saturday. Gates open on Tuesday morning. What time?
The gates open at 9 a.m. And we're going to be rocking. Actually, we start on Monday, March 31st in the pavilion. We're doing our innovation preview. So a lot of our exhibitors, about 25 exhibitors, are going to be introducing new products to the aviation world, new aircraft here in our pavilion. So if you're here with us early for the week, which we encourage, come and join us and see what they have to present. It's about a 2-hour program with our partners at Aero News Network, but they live stream it as well. So if you want to check it out and get a first-hand view, and then go visit these exhibitors on Tuesday on opening day, you'll be able to do that.
All right. Well, we'll see you back here in a few weeks.
Awesome. We look forward to it. Thank you all very much and appreciate the opportunity today.
Big, huge, ginormous shout out to our patrons supporting us. Thank you. Zach Newsom, Mike Babcock, the Patreon team, yes. And those of you still watching, consider joining our community and supporting us here on Patreon.